Yo, what up, guys? Welcome back to the Overkill Underground.
What's up, Chaz?
Lance, great to see you behind the mic again.
It's always nice to be here.
How you doing, Robert?
Great to see you. I'm doing good. Thank you. Great
good
to
deal,
be back.
Good deal. So, yeah, I mean, we missed the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
We missed the Super Bowl, the pre-Super Bowl show, but you know what?
My prediction was completely off. I said like 40-14. I was completely wrong.
Yeah, I had a 24-13 Carolina, but
Though I did take Denver in all my bets, I did win money.
Right.
I figured
you might as well go.
Well, we all can't be right.
Right.
So I'll go the opposite of everybody thought the same thing I did.
Good.
I'll go the
choice.
opposite then. Yeah.
Good choice. Yeah.
Well, you were getting points too, so it made
Actually,
it
I gave them both a teaser bet.
Right.
Which fluctuated the line 6 points both ways. So it was like over 40 and Carolina even, and they still lost both of them.
Right. Well, Denver's defense played great, and
Denver's defense played
the
great.
offense did enough to win. I mean, that's what you got to say about it.
Right.
And
Denver's offense didn't do anything to win.
No,
I mean, opportunistic and did not turn the ball over as much as they could have.
I really didn't think either offense did too much. I mean,
well,
the statistics didn't look good.
Carolina's offense couldn't do
respect.
anything because Denver was all over Cam Newton.
Well, and that was the thing.
No doubt.
The offense got stopped because the defense was going crazy.
Forced Cam Newton to play the worst
first
game of the year.
Oh yeah, without
I thought
a doubt.
he could have rolled out more, gotten out of the pocket a little more, a little quicker.
Even when
sometimes.
he ran, he still
made them, chase him around a little
had some
bit.
errant throws.
It's easy to say now, but
it is.
They got outplayed. I mean, that's all.
And his
say.
after losing the Super Bowl, his press conference, everybody knows about it. He was very curt with the media and got up and walked away and took a lot of flack for that. I personally, I don't blame him. I don't blame him.
Right.
And yes, he is being a sore loser. He came out the next day and said, "Well, yeah, I am a sore loser.
I hate losing.
Yeah, I hate losing.
I don't like to lose.
You show me somebody who likes to lose, and I'll show you a loser."
Yeah.
Well, you know what?
That's kind of. I mean,
he said,
bullshit.
"If you show me a good loser, and I'll show you a loser."
Yeah.
And I wrote on my Facebook page. I said,
I mean, right. He's calling a loser a loser.
He's a loser.
For what the Super Bowl was, I enjoyed it. It was good.
I don't blame what he did, but I personally think they need to give the losing team a good half hour before they speak to the press.
That's the gig, man.
Yeah, talk to your coach.
Too bad.
Yeah, they got to get you right in front of a microphone immediately.
Absolutely. And that's
get your full emotion.
But they know that's what it is though too. And that's going to get better ratings than just some happy-go-lucky story of.
His collected.
We made it to the Super Bowl, but
I think he had enough time to collect his thoughts, though, because that game was pretty much over after the fumble.
There's some messing around.
So he
did have time on the sideline, right?
They had plenty of time to come to deal with the reality that
Personally,
they weren't going to win the Super Bowl. I mean,
they
knew that with 6-7 minutes left, they weren't going to win the Super Bowl.
I guess I'm trying to give Cam Newton the benefit of the doubt.
I don't see any reason to give him the benefit of the doubt.
I mean, you know what? The kid did fine. He made it to the Super Bowl. I mean, did he not? He made it to the Super Bowl. I mean, that's huge. It's huge in itself, So they did great, I mean, they made
one hell of a call.
There's no shame in losing the Super Bowl. Not at all.
No, I mean, there really isn't. I mean, when you look at it in that perspective, making it the Super Bowl, just being under the pressure of what the event is. I mean, there's so much hype put, up when the whole thing is I love watching the Super Bowl. I don't follow football regularly.
Right.
I love watching the Super Bowl though. And, there's a lot of aspects that make it a good time to watch. The commercials happen to be one of those things that people end up paying a lot of attention to, So that's one of those things that's been also hyped up This year I was disappointed.
It was scrutinized a lot too.
Yeah, oh yeah, the Doritos commercial, which for 3 years running now, I think is probably the best commercial.
Yeah, that was a good commercial.
For the last
with the baby reaching for the Doritos.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah,
it was great.
That was pretty funny.
You know, so that's the thing. Doritos again. This is, for me personally, I think this is the third year in a row the best commercial goes to Doritos. Hyundai always has, you know, kind of these futuristic or kind of crazy or kind of moral story kind of commercials going on, which they come up with some creative stuff.
They do. No
but
doubt about it.
Budweiser always has a great commercial.
Budweiser usually does a good commercial.
Did they have one?
I'm sure. Oh yeah,
good commercial.
I don't
the one was
well.
It was the one with Seth Rogen. The one with Seth Rogen. He says something about the spotlight and you know, something to the effect of, you know, this Bud's for you or something like that. But his interpretation of what he was saying totally was directed towards marijuana, or you know, I mean, talking about Bud. But it was for a Budweiser commercial. That was that was the Budweiser commercial.
I missed it. I must have been outside smoking a joint.
Right, yeah.
That's a joke.
Right.
But no, the overall.
I won't comment on that.
Yeah, well, going with the joke, Bob.
The overall on it, if you're paying.
I was actually looking for my wallet, if you don't remember. I think it was wallet that day.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, he lost his wallet and was in a funk the whole night.
I was.
And then he
left at halftime. I left with my mom. She took me home.
He left with his mom, went back home, and found the wallet.
I found it. I found it. I put it in a jacket that I was going to take with me that day.
Losing your wallet will ruin a moment real quick.
Oh, well.
Especially when you just don't know
the
where
problem
it could
was
be.
I had $400 cash in that wallet. It's okay if I lose like a driver's license and a credit card.
Right.
Those are replaceable.
Get those
$20 wallets replaceable. It's the $400 of cash.
That's why I don't carry cash. Yeah.
I know.
That's why I don't carry cash.
Don't ask me why I had that cash.
Stash that cash.
Yeah. I had every intention to put it in the bank.
Of course. I'm
bringing it with me to go to the bank.
It's always
it's
always right around the corner.
After he thought he lost it, we went from the game back home, and he looked around and couldn't find it. Then we went to the police station after that. But
we went back to the basketball place.
We went to the police station, and then we went back to the basketball place.
First we went to the basketball.
Which was right next door to the police station.
We went to the high school, then we went to the police station.
They were right next door to each other.
So I get to the police station.
Yeah, right.
And
Here you are.
Yeah.
Here you are.
First of all, anybody that knows me knows that I don't like being in police stations. So I'm at the police station.
They might smell that joint on you.
Yeah, right. So anyway, I call the girl, or call the dispatch girl and tell her, "Hey, I lost my wallet." Blah blah blah. And she goes, "Come on in, have a seat to the left in the lobby, and an officer will be out to see him."
Of course.
So I go in and I sit down. She asked my name and my phone number.
Right.
All the pertinent information, basically, that I needed to give her.
Yep.
So I go and I sit
your
down.
regular stuff.
Yeah. I go.
Walking into a police station and whatnot.
Right. I sit down. 5 minutes go by. It's the Super Bowl. We're in the third quarter of a very intriguing Super Bowl.
It is.
Not a lot of scoring, so it's not. But it's a power struggle, defensive struggle.
I thought it was a good game.
It was a good game.
I thought it was.
Third quarter.
A lot of people complained they wanted the high score game, and I'm like, it was a good game.
Can a cop come out and give me a hand?
They're busy watching the Super Bowl, probably.
They're doing something, yeah, but they're not coming out to. And I sat there for 5 minutes.
They ain't missing the Super Bowl for some schlub who lost his wallet. Okay.
So then I think to myself, wait, I gave the girl my name. I gave the girl my phone number.
Yeah.
What else does she need to know? I mean, when they find my wallet, my driver's license is going to be in there. It's going to
be obvious, right?
Yeah. I mean, if somebody's going to turn in a wallet,
if they're going to
turn it in, my driver's license is
going
to be in there.
Yeah.
So
you would assume.
I figured, what am I sitting here waiting for?
Right.
I'm waiting to sign something and write down exactly what was in the.
Right. They want an inventory. Right.
Get out. I walk out.
And that was that.
And that was it. And then what happened? We went to the Super Bowl party.
Yeah, no doubt.
We got to the Super Bowl party. I was a little everybody knew, but I still kind of.
You're chill. You're all right.
I really was.
He was sulking.
I was blowing up inside, you know. I was just
he was
keeping it cool because I didn't want to. Everybody kept asking me, and I played it all off. Like, yep, it's terrible. Yeah. Don't want to talk about it. Want to watch the Super Bowl.
It sucks losing a wallet, dude.
And then halftime, I'm like,
you lose your wallet.
Mom, take me home.
I mean, I don't care if there's cash. I mean, obviously, when
find the wallet and come back to the party, though.
Yeah, well, and then you get the smile on your face.
Everybody's like,
but the fact is, we
went home. The same guy.
That's what everybody said.
We went straight home so he could look for it, and he didn't find it when we went.
I was in a tizzy.
Yeah.
I mean, it didn't occur to him to look in the code. It didn't.
Right. So, if you would have investigated a little more further. Everything
a little bit more thoroughly, I would have found it.
Been all right.
You had a good day.
You know what else though? We got the Survivor thing coming back.
Survivor is starting next Wednesday.
No, I was thinking though. I mean, we gonna go ahead and do our review on our show. I mean, we might as well, right? We got the platform, so here we are.
Yeah.
We'll do the review. So if anybody cares, we're doing the Survivor review, and then maybe the people that watch the Survivor review, which seems to be a little more popular than the podcast at this at this juncture. But as we move forward, you know, people that are watching the Survivor podcast, they may come over and
check out
and watch some out because this is where it's at right here.
This is the interesting
This
stuff.
is where it's at,
right?
Where we talk about things like Flint, Michigan. And,
we were talking about that last time.
What the new ordeals.
What's the new news, Charlie?
Well, I had read earlier in the New York Times out of $195 that they're
$195. That's it.
That ain't gonna be much. Out of $195 million, they're coming up with $25 million of that to replace the pipes that are contaminated with lead. Now the thing is, what are they doing with the rest of that money? That's really the question. I mean, and you can only assume that being that
I can't assume
if the whole part of their budget that they're taking on $25 million from, or is it new budget that that they've added because of this?
As far as I know, this was all going to go right towards the crisis, the water crisis. And the thing about that is what's got me so weirded on this subject here is that if it's going to cost $25 million, and I don't know what pipes they're replacing or how many they're replacing, or if they're doing, I'm sure there's certain sections of piping in that area that they know have lead contaminant in them, and I'm sure there's other pipes that are probably newer, updated, that aren't going to have that. They're not going to have to worry about those things. And they should know these things through the building records and stuff that a city would usually have. But the amount of waste I can only imagine from that $195 million. I'm sure there's a portion of it that's going towards, it's being portioned up, I'm sure, into many different parts. But $195 million. And the pipes are what caused the problem. I mean, am I wrong? Aren't the pipes going to solve the problem if they're replaced?
Well,
and out of $195 million, even, I mean, like, okay, so we're going to replace the pipes for $25 million. Like, why don't we just take $100 million of that and replace even more pipes and make a better, whatever they have to do. I mean, maybe some of that money is going to be portioned out towards lawsuits, because as far as I found out also.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
As far as I found out also.
Maybe.
Some of the people that are in the ranks of government could be facing manslaughter charges. They said this is not unrealistic that this could happen.
I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, I'm sure that there's going to be some
I think Hillary...
It's hard to say.
One way or the other,
I think Hillary Clinton will be indicted before somebody in Michigan gets taken up on manslaughter charges.
And I'll say this about the
Michigan... be right about that.
The Michigan government, I'm not believing anything they say at this point about anything. About any of this.
No. I'm surprised their own citizens do.
I'm not with them on any of this.
Yeah, they
ignored the problem.
They're in trouble over there.
I'm not going with them on any of it.
Robert, you said I made a comment about Hillary Clinton. You said Hillary Clinton was going to be indicted by the middle of February. Did you not?
Yes, I did.
Did he say that?
It's not quite mid-February yet, but it's coming.
I'm telling you what, it will happen. I would hope. You can never say. You can never honestly say what's.
It ain't gonna happen.
It is gonna happen. It is.
It's hard to say.
If it's gonna happen, it'll happen after she loses the presidency.
Because
if she gets the presidency, she'll pardon herself.
Well, she's not gonna win the presidency. She's just too corrupt, and she's broken too many laws. It's gotten to the point where she was using her position to bribe for good coverage in the press. I mean,
Dude, I don't even know what to say about the whole. Hopefully, honestly, the Democrats won't have a chance in hell at getting the presidency this year, and I don't see them being in a very strong position right now against the Republicans. I really don't see them. I mean, Bernie Sanders, who has already come out and said, I'm a socialist. The whole thing is, yes, there's a lot of young people in this country, but there's still a lot of older people in this country, and they're not looking towards socialism, not even in the slightest.
No,
I mean, you gotta consider the people that are 30 and older. I mean, there's a good mix. I'm sure there's a lot of older people that have looked towards the Democrats and think that their leadership is more geared towards what they believe. But overall, you gotta look at this. It's like I haven't seen the support that you usually do for candidates for the Democrats. I see the Republicans are in the spotlight nonstop. And I don't know if we can just give that to Trump because, maybe he's pulled the spotlight into the Republicans so much.
Sure has. He has.
I mean, he has, without a doubt, for sure. But
the Donald brings ratings.
Oh,
Donald brings ratings.
He's huge for bringing in ratings.
Well, the Democrats are hiding. They've been hiding Hillary the whole time. And a lot of the Sanders vote is anti-Hillary. I mean, let's face it. It's not pro Sanders.
Hillary's getting
the anti-Hillary.
Hillary's getting the 65 and older votes.
The Democrats want Hillary gone just as much
Sanders
as we
getting
do.
all the younger votes. But I can't.
I can only imagine.
He came right out and said, "I'm a socialist." Did you hear his acceptance speech? Well, we did. But how he was talking about giving everything away for free, and then Wall Street's gonna bail us out.
I think these guys, when they give their victory speeches, they should thank the volunteers, say a few words about the state.
I'll tell you what,
they should
keep it short and get out of there.
But everything's a rah-rah speech.
You turn people off, even your own supporters.
What about Hillary?
Enough.
Bernie
Sanders gets into office, he's going to realize real quick who's running the show. I mean, that's the thing. He may think that Wall Street and everybody else and the banks and stuff, they're going to start helping the people and things are going to become equal and this, that, and the other. He's going to realize, no, that's not going to work because the banks are going to own you as soon as you enter into that office. The big corporations are going to tell you what to do because that's what they've been doing for years now.
Right.
And we the people can only stray our politicians so much. I mean, it's the big issues now. It's the hard hitting issues that the people get together and say, "Oh hell no!" Like we ain't doing that.
Well,
that's when the politicians are like, "Well, you know what? We're not quite yet. We're testing the waters with this one, but not quite yet." And that's what it feels like they do a lot of the times. They test the water with us because they throw out some ridiculous. I mean, there's plenty of things, but you look at the tax code alone. When are people going to blow up about the tax code being 75,000 pages? That's absolutely ridiculous. It's 70,000 plus pages in the tax code.
There's only two main topics that drive the electorate. Two main ones: economy and terrorism safety.
Those are the main ones, yeah.
The rest of it, most of the other stuff is fringe stuff that, I don't like his position on this, but I like it on this. So
statistically, but that may be true.
Trump's charm in his thing is he's a businessman. He's been successful. He knows how to negotiate, and that's what people are looking at, and people are sick of the Democrats and the Republicans lying.
He does a good job
on both sides
at putting himself out there. But you know, the topics that are being brought up right now. I mean, you hear a little bit about this whole safety thing that comes up. I mean, that's always going to be an issue. Terrorism is obviously one of those things that people worry about constantly. ISIS is in the headlines.
Right.
People think about it. People worry about it. It's going to be there. But I don't feel it as hard-hitting as it could be. I mean, especially when, you know, there's other things going on. You know, Russia's going on. You know, there's things, you know, China's going on. There's a lot of other things going on.
I agree with you. I'm just saying what I think
absolutely.
most people look at.
China's building entire 1,100 acre islands in the middle of the ocean next to Japan, where Japan is being basically they're invading their airspace now, claiming that airspace for their own because they're extended into the international waters that far. 1,100 acre islands. The Chinese are building, right? So, and they're putting entire giant military bases on these islands.
Obama's just watching them.
And
hey guys,
and that's the thing. We're supposed to be the superpower. You know, we're supposed to be the superpower that's in control of what, you know.
Yeah.
What the world kind of, you know, goes. I mean, we do spread the message of democracy in that, but you know, we are in the time where, you know, you look to the leaders and they're preaching one world order all the time, and the UN seems to have more control in the United States than the politicians we have now.
Well, you know,
that's why, you know, you look. I look at the Democrats. I see them not getting the support that they want, and the Republicans are in the spotlight. Trump has definitely added to that spotlight without a doubt.
We've all talked about this though. Being a president that's a hard job.
Oh, good God.
That's a really hard job. I mean, Donald Trump is a performer. He's had the Apprentice show. I mean, does he really want that job?
Well, you know what though?
Does he really want that job?
And I thought about this though.
I don't know if he does or not.
I thought about this a little bit though. You know, the thing is, and he's talked about it, and I don't know how true it is. I don't know how true it is.
Really smart people in positions.
Or not.
And well, if he got really smart people in good positions, that would obviously that'd be a great start. I don't think that, you know, the president we have now has done that at all. But Trump's character, though, the person that he is, the things that he's built up, there's a reason. You know, he's not a stupid guy. He's a real smart man, and he understands time also very well. He's quoted as saying he only gets 5 hours of sleep a night max, every night. He's a busy guy, you know. So you put that into the role of the president, you can kind of see like, hey, maybe this guy could swing it better than most people. I mean, I don't think Barack Obama looks like the kind of guy that needs a good solid 6 hours, 8 hours of sleep. Because that guy's hair has went from black to white in the last 8 years.
Every president ages.
I mean, they do, for sure. I'm sure the stress is ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean, George W. Bush aged.
They all do.
30 years.
They all do. But somebody like Trump, who's older, who doesn't, you know, as you get older, I think your stress falls away a little bit. Because, you know what, like, as I've noticed, and you know, how I look at older people, their stress is not going to be as high as somebody who's younger, even 10 years younger. If you're 60, somebody 50 is going to be going to carry more stress. They're just going to carry more burden.
I can understand that.
Trump is an older guy. He's lived a crazy life already. I mean, don't forget this guy is a billionaire.
You're right.
A billionaire. His limit is none. I mean, he has his reach into anything that he wants to reach into.
Well,
and obviously by, you know, being
has
a
anybody ever shaved
president,
his head to see if he's got a 666 tattooed somewhere up there?
Right. No, yeah. I mean, the guy seems pretty.
I think it's a toupee.
Move that toupee over.
Somebody ought to call him out on it.
Yeah, it could be tucked up under there.
Toupee
right?
Donald, man.
Right.
But
that's not a toupee.
I know it's not.
I've seen him pull at that maid before.
Right. He had somebody in his audience tug at it. He did.
Yeah.
They had somebody in the audience the one time they were tugging at it to see if it was real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's funny.
I think Donald Trump has been the beneficiary of people see the country going away. They see us losing this country. You look at what's going on.
I'm worried.
Look at what's going on. It's a lot of serious stuff is going on, and we need a serious guy in there. We don't need no clowns anymore. We've had a clown for almost 8 years, and we can't afford it again.
And that ain't no joke. I mean, I'm worried. I'm worried because I see somebody like Putin, who is a complete dictator, and the guy talks real. I mean, he
straightforward.
Talk about charismatic though too. But he is straightforward, and he's very level-headed. And Hillary Clinton said some things about Putin where I think she called him brainless or headless or something like that. And, Putin had a smart little remark to get back at.
Maybe.
Yeah, that could have been too. But
merciless, I think.
The point is, like, Putin took it in stride. Like, these are, he basically said, these are our, other world leaders, and look how foolish they are, basically, is what he ended up saying. These are world leaders. In other world leaders may be looking at the United States like this place is run by a bunch of clowns these days.
Well, they know
and they'd be right.
They know it is.
Right.
They know it is. They've seen it firsthand. They dealt with it. Look at what Hillary Clinton was doing as Secretary of State. Lining her own pockets, doing all kinds of stuff, not doing real business.
I mean, right. She's been the poster child to corruption.
I mean, and you've got...
That's why I can't understand why anybody would ever vote for Hillary, being that she has been that face of corruption since Bill. I mean, she's always had her smug mug up in his side for, everything. It's been ridiculous to watch the Clintons rise like they have under what accomplishments, I can't even be sure. I mean, really, Bill Clinton was proclaimed as being a great president. I can't exactly say for all the different reasons, but he didn't bring, he didn't put the country, he built the country up from a downside. He gave it an upswing. And when Bush came in, that's when you saw a ton of ridiculous government spending. Like, I mean, he came in it and spent like a Democrat would, I mean, and I think maybe the spending could have started with Bill, but he started it slowly. When Bush got in there, the government spending went up, I mean, exponentially. It was ridiculous, And I don't know what the exact numbers are, but I've looked at a lot of the statistics, the graphs on that, and the amount of spending that happened when Bush was in office. It took off from there,
Bill Clinton.
And Bush was a clown.
He was a clown.
And the rest of the world leaders, I think they looked at Bush as a clown. I mean,
he wasn't his daddy.
He didn't. He sure wasn't. He didn't. I think
he wasn't his daddy. Too bad his dad wasn't.
I think a lot
more charismatic. It's too bad.
Well, right. I
mean, he was. I mean, he 8 years under Reagan, 4 years for himself as president.
Probably the most qualified to be president in my lifetime. Of all the people that have run for president, probably the first Bush was probably the most qualified guy.
Yeah, and
I've seen in my lifetime.
He definitely, he was a smart guy. He definitely, you can tell when he gave speeches and the stuff that he talked about.
He worked in government,
but he was a hardcore New World Order guy. He was all about the New World Order.
The New World Order.
Yeah, he was all about it. Putin is not all about it though. He's one of these guys that is, I'm not going to submit to what the UN and everybody else has to say. We're our own country. We're our own power. He's already come out and said that. I mean, he's
going to be more aggressive with the cheap price of oil now. That's really putting a squeeze on his,
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
on their income, and he just, there's no telling what he'll do,
Well, I know they're showcasing a lot of weapons in Syria right now. Russia's they're going to Syria and they're dropping bombs like it's their job. And like I said, for a couple different reasons, I think they are. I think they're showcasing what it is that they got. And you can watch the stuff on YouTube. They got stuff on there that, Russia's latest, bombings in Syria showcasing this type of bomb or whatever. It's like, damn. They got some silly shit, They
got some crazy bombs.
I'm sure we got some.
Ours are just as crazy.
The big governments all have crazy shit. I mean, these days it's out of hand. It really is. I mean, we're fighting for our guns here in America as if the real reason we have them is to protect ourselves from the government. When the government comes in, they're dropping bombs to take out streets.
Right.
I mean, the civilian population wouldn't have a chance against the military today.
No way.
No.
I mean, I don't know if you've seen the videos of the military in their see-through or their transparent camouflage. That's ridiculous. And I've seen even another video of I think it's a Chinese guy. He's kind of showing off how they do it or what kind of materials and stuff they use in another video, where he's literally see-through,
Really?
Absolutely ridiculous. Just, they got their cloaking devices on. So it's pretty wild. I mean, they're running some crazy stuff out there today.
Wow.
There's
something else.
It's you ain't
it's something else.
You ain't
I never even heard of that.
No, yeah, you ain't kidding.
I got to look that up.
You do have to look it up. That's the real deal right there. But I mean, you can guarantee if a Democrat gets voted in, say bye-bye to the United States as is today. I mean, that's just my opinion.
Well,
but I think Barack Obama has done a great job setting up the country for its final fall if another Democrat is able to get into office. I mean, the spending is already out of hand. And, you talk to people today, I think people are worried, I mean, your average people are worried today. That's just...
And
on both sides of the aisle.
Absolutely.
Democrats and Republicans are looking at government and seeing what's going on and what's happening, and they're all looking and saying, man, we got to stop this.
Something's got to happen, right?
Something's got to, we got to have some serious leadership quick.
Something's got to give.
That might not be enough. I mean, a lot of things go.
So it sounds like you guys both like the Donald.
I think there's still room for Cruz, Rubio.
There's definitely.
Well, you know what's going to happen.
Cruz,
there's definitely
Rubio,
room.
And don't count out John Kasich yet.
As people are falling off, those votes.
He's getting a lot of good endorsements. He's a serious guy with a good record.
They're all stealing the same votes.
Don't.
Kasich and Cruz, and Rubio and Bush. They're all taken from the same pie.
You're right.
I think if you're voting Trump, you like Trump.
Where in the hell did Kasich come from? Where did he just arise?
Why hasn't he risen before then with the record he has?
I don't know.
That's the question I have. Why won't he finished his second in New Hampshire, and they start looking at him.
Nobody's talking about him.
He's been getting endorsements all along from different newspapers, from even liberal newspapers that say, look, this guy has a record of working with the other side, compromising, getting things done, and I think he's a dark horse right now. And I hope he's able to stay in. I hope he's got some financial backing to keep him in there, because
I like Kasich.
It's not going to be Trump. It's not going to be Trump.
Right. I mean,
people come to this.
There's a lot of people. It's still early.
I wouldn't.
A lot of people love Trump for who he is.
The other day, I would not be surprised to see
Bush.
Jeb Bush. I would not be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised at all. Well, wouldn't be surprised at all.
Bush and Clinton again.
If Bush rises
Bush and
to the
Clinton
top,
going at each other.
It's not going to be Hillary.
It ain't going to be Hillary. Jeb Bush is. I mean, every debate he's been in, I think he's becoming more polished and just sharper, and he just
absolutely
seems to be getting his groove and getting back into the political game, so to speak. You know what I mean?
You know,
and he's speaking he's coming out and he's speaking his mind. He's jumping out on subjects now. When in the first debates he was kind of more settled back, waiting, kind of looking. Now he's jumping into it.
And there's only 5 serious candidates left. So everybody's going to get more time on the TV.
Oh, without a doubt.
Time,
every time, right. We got the Democratic debate going on tonight.
Yeah.
February 11th, 2016, if we need to give if anybody cared. But we got the next Republican debate is February 13th.
That'll be
and that's at 9.
That's going to be a big one because
that'll be on CBS.
There's only going to be 5 or 6 on that stage.
That should be good, right?
And it should be good, and
it gets better and better as you narrow down the candidates.
No doubt about it.
I mean, the whole thing, it's probably the best, We watch this here on TV as these debates go on. It's just, it's one of these, it's this movie that you end up watching, and all these clowns that are involved end up becoming just clowns in this high office of the United States government. And the show continues on to be another embarrassing, ridiculous 4 years of nothing really happening, everything being the same. And
I'm listening to Donald Trump the other day. Donald Trump's going, listen, folks, listen.
Yeah.
We're going to be winning. We're going to be winning in trade. We're going to be winning here.
Right.
And I'm thinking to myself, who's this running mate? Charlie Sheen?
Yeah, no kidding, dude, for isn't
that winning?
Yeah,
that would be interesting to see who he would pick for his running mate. I mean,
yeah,
that would any of
we're going to be winning,
be
folks.
We're
going to build a wall. We're going to win in trade. We're going to win in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
How do you win everything when you don't have any real leverage right now?
He's going to get the smartest people and the smartest.
Right
now we got a bunch of nitwits in those positions making deals.
We need some smart people. Yeah. I mean, that's the truth.
They're making bad deals.
We need smart people. We need less corruption. I mean, all these things have an impact on what and how billions of dollars over the course of a year, trillions of dollars are handled. I mean, these people they have no concept, I don't think. And it's once again it goes back, and we look at the big bankers and the big corporations, the people that are handling this billion and trillion dollar market of cash flow. That's the thing that, I mean, money's what it makes the world go round. What are you going to say, So at the end of the day, we watch this show, and it's fun.
It's a blast.
We go through it. We fight. I'm a Republican. I'm a Democrat. My philosophy is better than yours. But at the end of the day, we're voting for the same clown, except one is more steered towards taking us into a specific direction, and another is taking us in that same direction, but at a slightly slower pace. And that's I think what we're following right now. I really do. I think that's what we're following. We're following the same direction, but the pace is just a little bit slower, just to ease the people in on this experimental ride through this, this journey into what I can only assume eventually might take over as socialism if other countries in the world don't adopt the democratic idea and the theory towards how to build a great country. I mean, we're in a difficult position today. I mean, without a doubt. But it's tough, man. It's tough. What are you going to do?
I don't classify these people as clowns. These are serious people running for office. Other than Hillary, maybe, but Bernie Sanders has had a respectable career. I mean, come on. You might not agree with what he says and what he's going to do.
True.
But he's a respected guy.
These people aren't idiots. Don't hear me wrong. Yeah, these people aren't idiots.
And the press makes everybody look like an idiot, and they
That's
keep
true.
pounding on the negative. We need to get somebody that's and come together.
Right,
because if our problems get solved for us and not by us, none of us are going to like it.
Maybe Jeb Bush is...
None of us.
Yeah.
Maybe
so
Jeb
we
Bush
better
would be
get
a
somebody
good...
in there that's going to solve things and get moving
and listen
on
to
them,
the
because
people.
if we don't
right?
get on them, they're going to be solved for us. And when things are solved for you,
well, and that's the
like
thing,
it.
you know, we
never like it.
You know, the people have to obviously have a voice in what goes on, you know. I mean, we got to stop listening to the minority. And that's what we do. That's the trend, is follow what the minority says. The news media cover only what the minority says. You know, it doesn't matter what's good for the majority anymore. We have media pushing and pushing and pushing. These news outlets just brainwashing people into believing that these little things are what's going to make the country different, you know. This is what's going to matter. This, you know, and like you said earlier, you know, the economy is the stake.
It's always
that's what's
one.
at stake.
Always number one.
You know.
Always.
And if we can't figure out ways as people to direct our government into solving that issue, I mean, I think I don't know how to look at it. It's been a hostile takeover as far as I see. I mean, what can you do?
Technology's
overtaking
it's not
the
world.
only thing. The economy.
It will. It'll be the computers.
The technology's taking over the world.
It's what draws everybody to Trump, though. He's a billionaire. He knows how to make money, and
right.
He knows how to run a business. And
people want to make money.
Oh yeah.
And Donald Trump is going to show you how. But you know, we'll see what happens. We got the next Republican debate coming up here.
Yeah, that's
the only thing I can safely say is nobody knows who is going to come out on either side. Nobody knows.
Not yet.
Nobody. You know.
Are we going to know after South Carolina?
I don't think we'll know after South Carolina.
Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday, we may, but
we'll
maybe
see.
not.
We'll see.
Maybe not.
Well,
maybe not.
We'll have to be following the debates. As I
Clinton's got plenty of money to stay in the race.
Well,
of course she does.
Bush has got plenty of money to stay in the race, and
Bush
will.
And
Bush spent
he probably
like $36 million in New Hampshire. Took a lot of money. You know, you spend that kind of money and you lose. People are going to say, you know what? I can't throw any more bad money at him.
Right.
He just spent $36 million and got waxed in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
The only reason why the press is talking about him in a good light or whatever is because they want him to win, because they think he'd be easier to beat than the other guys.
We got to find out who these donors are. These donors, I mean, they could be donating $30 million themselves.
He was the governor of Florida.
That $30 million to some of these people could be chump change. I mean, there's a few rich people in the world, you know.
Right.
And the number is, as far as the rich people, like the billionaires, that just grows by the year.
I'd love to see the Donald be the president, to be honest with you, but I don't.
That would be a fun ride.
I'm still not sure.
That would be exciting.
He really wants that job. It's such a hard job.
I mean, I haven't been right until now, but I'd love to see Kasich.
It's going to be a difficult position.
I'd love to see Kasich.
He's got a great record, and he's. You know, when he's a
Kasich
middle of the road guy that
can work, former governor
with the Democrats.
Right.
That's
being governor, right? You're running the show.
You know what they were talking about?
You're running the shit.
Yeah, they made a comment about what Cruz has done. Well, he voted this way or he voted that way. He voted? That's what he did?
Right.
That's all he did? Well, that's all senators do. He doesn't run anything.
Yeah.
Barack Obama didn't run anything. He was a senator. And a first-time senator to boot.
Yeah.
I've always said governors are where we should look, and
governors are where we should look.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I mean, I liked Christie, but he never caught on. He never, he's a little abrasive and everything. And I think
ever since he hugged Barack Obama, nobody wanted him.
I might be crazy.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
I might be crazy in this statement, but I think his physical appearance really hurt him.
Oh, it does. It does. It absolutely does.
He used to be a lot heavier, and he got that
absolutely
liposuction, and it made him look a little better.
Well,
but years ago, Chris Christie should have got on the workout regimen and got himself in shape.
I know
because
for
a good
sure.
slim,
I've heard
Chris
people
Christie
say it.
would have been more effective than a
I've heard people say it.
Overweight,
out of shape, overweight. If he'd have gotten himself in shape years ago, I think his political career would have been much more.
That's terrible. That somebody's going to be judged.
Oh, it's absolutely true.
Well, it's terrible.
But don't you agree? That's terrible.
It is
that somebody's going to be judged on their fit.
But it's the truth.
It is the truth.
What else do you see on the TV? You hear them speak and you see their appearance. I mean, it's the truth.
Right. Well, right.
What do you
that's
think?
Exactly.
You know.
Me personally, I don't have a problem with
that. I've heard people say it. I've heard people say, you know what?
I mean,
this guy can't even. I've heard people say this exact thing, and I quote, this guy can't even handle his food. How is he going to handle a whole country? I mean, that's what I've heard people say, and it's just one of those things.
Never thought his weight would be an issue.
No, it's one of those things that just it is what it is.
Your ability to get up.
Some people look at that in a negative light, for sure.
Your ability to get up early every morning and work a long, tough day after day after day. You want to see somebody that's physically good enough to do it.
Right. You might see somebody like Chris Christie. If he were to be president, I mean, he might drop 100 pounds in the first year.
I mean, I think he would be a terrific president.
That's a busy position.
But he just didn't present the right package, in my view.
Yeah,
I mean, if he'd have gotten in shape years ago, I think his political career would have been better. Instead of going for the liposuction, which is ridiculous.
A waste of time.
I mean,
it's a cheater's way out.
Well, I'll tell you what.
Taking shortcuts.
We got this Republican debate coming up on the 13th.
Mm-hmm.
We got Survivor coming up soon. When is that? When's that start?
Next Wednesday.
Is it next Wednesday?
Next Wednesday is the first episode.
Does it start next Wednesday? Wow.
Yeah. We got.
We're gonna get busy here, folks.
NFL. Back to the NFL. March 13th, they're allowed to get rid of and release players and start making moves.
Later, Manziel.
Johnny Manziel's going to be leaving the Cleveland
He's
Browns.
Gone.
I think you're going to see a lot of guys put on waivers by the Cleveland Browns.
Probably.
With the new coach coming in.
There's a couple
Maybe
guys.
I thought that thing too. Yeah,
but
I thought
soon
the same
after
thing.
that, I think you'll see the
right.
Yeah. They're going to get rid of both draft picks that year. The Gibson.
Really?
Their number one, 8th round or number 1 round, 8th overall pick.
Wow.
Gibson from Alabama.
Well,
he's gone.
Later.
Well, maybe
number
Hugh Jackson
22.
will see his athletic ability and be able to reach the guy. I mean, I think Hugh Jackson's a good hire for the Browns.
He's a great hire. Not only is he a great hire, but you're hurting somebody else in your division, the Cincinnati Bengals, where he came from. He does know the Bengals organization. He does know the entire division. So it's a fantastic hire by the Cleveland Browns organization. Getting rid of Johnny Manziel is a great move. I personally think they're going to be taking, I think his name is Jared Goff. Jared Goff out of California. He just broke all of most of Aaron Rodgers' records over there at University of California, and I think he's going to be a player.
And he'll back up McCown.
Let him sit for a year or two,
and then take over next.
Just let him sit 2 years. Right. I don't care. But when he comes in, he's going to come in and he's going to be a stud.
Well, I'll tell you what. If the Browns get into the playoffs, make it to the Super Bowl, this town will be on fire.
Oh,
Cleveland will blow up like an atom bomb, dude.
It will.
People will go so crazy.
You can't count on the Cavs.
If the Browns make it to the Super Bowl,
the world will stop.
It will. No, you ain't kidding. You ain't kidding.
We'd burn this city down. You think Detroit could burn a city?
Yeah.
We'll burn this city down.
Dude, you thought Super Bowl 50 had hype. I mean, the Browns being in the Super Bowl would have, it'd be out of hand. It'd be completely out of hand.
It would be a complete
circle.
Oh,
yeah. It'd be out of hand.
It would.
In today's NFL, you never know. You could become a contender quick.
Well, yeah.
3 years.
Right.
I could see the Browns being a
I
contender
could see that.
3-4 years. 4 years at the.
Well, they might get rid of Hugh Jackson next year if they don't.
No, they won't. I think they're going to. I think at this point they're going to
playoffs.
Stay the course with a coach.
They might.
With this one,
they got to do something.
At least at least 3 years.
You need to give your coach a chance. They got to
give him
his
some
system
time,
and get his own.
This has just been ridiculous.
You do.
Absolutely ridiculous.
You need to have the patience and
you do
let it happen for him.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're gonna wrap it up, folks. We, of course, we've extended ourselves.
We always do.
Like we always do.
That's all right. It's hard to squeeze it into half an hour like you wanted to.
Heck yeah,
it's almost impossible.
You ain't kidding. But we will have. I mean, I don't.
The Survivor cast that'll be quick.
We'll zip through that. Right. We'll get through. Right. We'll get through the Survivor
second
thing.
Season of Survivor.
I'm looking forward to.
Yeah. It will be. It'll be Robert's second season that he watches all the way through. That'll be fun because now you know the game. Now you know what to expect. You're kind of looking towards. Hey, wait a second. Somebody should be looking for an idol on day one,
right?
Or something. So it'll be cool.
By the way, fun. I didn't show him yet. We're all in a pool. We drew Survivor people.
Yeah, we're back in it.
He's got 2 people in the beauty. I got 2 people in the beauty. You got 1 in the. We all got people on the beauty tribe. So we're gonna be rooting for the beauty tribe in this.
Yeah, podcast. We'll be rooting for the beauty tribe, but man. I'm not feeling.
Just hope it doesn't come down to sympathy vote at the end.
Yeah.
Please, no more sympathy votes.
Right now, 3rd time in a row that we've done this little pool at work. We all pick a survivor.
Oh yeah.
Throw a couple bucks in. Whoever the final survivor wins the bucks. It's the 3rd time in a row. I've gotten the Asian. I've gotten the Asian 3 times in a row.
Yeah. What's his name? Something crazy.
Tai Tang or something like that.
Tai Tang, yeah, something crazy like that.
Sheng Chai.
Come for you. We'll see.
Sure.
We'll see.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't know. I think Wednesday we're gonna try to do that.
Yeah, we'll do it on Wednesday right after the.
It's gonna be.
We'll watch it.
Right.
Podcast immediately after, so anybody that wants to watch it can watch it. Yeah. Thursday morning.
Or even Wednesday night.
Right.
Why not?
Yeah. And then in the meantime, we should still continue to even get together
the
following day, or just do like a back-to-back. We'll do a Survivor.
We could do a back-to-back.
Yeah, we could do a Survivor. Cut that after we're done with it. And
you guys are lightweights, though. You can't stay up late.
Yeah, Wednesday.
We'll see.
Can.
We'll see. All right. Yeah, Wednesday's
Doug
fine.
Doug will be over too. So Doug will join us again.
Well, yeah, he might.
Hand Doug.
He might have a hard time staying up.
No, he'll be able to help.
We'll see. We'll see what the schedule works out to be.
What do you think?
But Survivor this Wednesday. Then that's earlier than I thought it was going to be. So, but
you want to come over and watch?
You guys should come over here and watch. Here we are.
House full. You got an army here.
I always watch Survivor.
Probably won't be able to hear it.
Of course I do.
Oh, he can't hear it though.
Well, maybe I can figure out a way to make him hear it. We'll figure it out, right?
Is it jerry rig or jury rig?
I think I've always heard it as Jerry.
Is it jerry rig or jury rig? Because you rig a jury. What is it? Jerry.
That would make maybe more sense.
Jury rig.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll look that up and we'll let you know on the Survivor series.
Yeah.
So, but until then, folks, go ahead. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and leave a comment. Why not?
Yeah,
it'll be fun.
Yep.
Just do it. It's a good time.
Have a great week.
That's it. So we'll see you guys Wednesday, and then maybe the day after. And if not, you'll see us sometime for sure. Later.
Later.
Bye. Oh.